guys, it's Panthers. I am back in another video, and today I'm going to be predicting who I think will win each game in Week 10 of the 2020 NFL season. And as always, if you guys disagree with any of my picks, let me know down below, because I like to hear your guys' opinions on who you think will win these games as well, because it's just my opinion. You guys might not have the same opinions as me. And also, before we do get into the video, I just did want to let you guys know that the teams on the bye week this week are the New York Jets, Kansas City Chiefs, Atlanta Falcons, and the Dallas Cowboys. So those teams will not be playing this week. So we have 14 games this week, which those 4 teams will not be included. And I also wanted to let you guys know before we get into it, if you're not following me on Instagram, go follow me down below, because I make stories and extra sports news that I don't always put up on here. So if you want to get more sports content and just more content, go follow me down there. Link will be in the description, and let's get right into the video. So first, on Thursday Night Football, we have the Tennessee Titans taking on the Indianapolis Colts in Nashville. So in this game, I do like how both the teams are playing. I know the Colts did come off a loss, but they were playing a very good Ravens team. Titans, I think, should have got a bigger win than what they did, but they did not. And I just did want to let you guys know, if you're wondering why I keep looking to the side, I have the schedule up there, so I just want to make sure that I have all the times and places correct. So that's why I have the schedule, and that's why you might see the side of my face. But I do think that the Titans will win this game. So Titans win Thursday Night Football. In my opinion, you guys can let me know if you think differently, but I do think it'll be a very good matchup for Thursday Night Football. But I will pick the Titans to win. Let's get into the next game. Next, we have the Houston Texans taking on the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland on Sunday at 1 o'clock. Browns are coming off a loss against the Raiders, 16-6, but I do think the Browns bounce back and get a win here against the Houston Texans, because I do like the Houston Texans with Deshaun Watson, but I just don't think they're going to be able to produce that much against the Browns defense, and I just don't really like the Texans defense in this matchup. So I am going to pick the Browns to win. We might see Nick Chubb come off the IR. We're not really sure at the time of filming, but there is a possibility. So this might be Nick Chubb's first game back for the Browns since being injured. But I am going to pick the Browns. If Nick Chubb comes back or not, I still do think the Browns win this game, because Kareem Hunt is a very good starting running back for the Browns and been playing pretty well. So I will pick the Browns to win and get another win on the season. Texans drop another game. Let's get into the next 1 o'clock game. Next, we have football team taking on the Lions in Detroit. So I'm going to pick the Lions to win this one, because I just don't like how football team's playing. Football team lost to the Giants. They got swept in the season series, and those are the only 2 wins for the Giants on the whole year. And Kyle Allen is now out for most likely the season. So we are going to see Alex Smith, so maybe Alex Smith can turn it around here for Washington football team. But because he's coming off all those injuries, I just don't know if I could put my faith in him to win a game here against the Lions. So I am going to pick the Lions to win this one, and I think the Lions have another great game. Let's get into the next game. Next, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming off that embarrassing loss on Sunday Night Football to the Saints, coming to Carolina to take on the Carolina Panthers. So earlier in the season when this matchup happened, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers didn't have Antonio Brown. The Panthers still had Christian McCaffrey healthy. There was a lot of differences, but I do think the Buccaneers win here and get a nice rebound after that Sunday Night Football loss, because I just don't think the Panthers are able to come out and get a big win here, because they did lose in Tampa, and also I feel like the Buccaneers offense is now a lot more in sync, and I know last week was very bad, but I think that's just a fluke, and I think they'll have a very good game and go back to how they were playing before last week, the Buccaneers. So I am going to pick the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win this game, but I could see maybe the Panthers coming in and surprising here and getting a win. But I just like the Bucs' chances a lot better here, so I am going to pick the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win. Let's get into the next game. Next, we have an NFC East matchup with the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. I like how the Giants played last week against football team. This game, I think, is going to be a very good game between the Eagles and Giants. Eagles coming off their bye week, Giants coming off a big win against football team. I am going to pick the Eagles to win this game, but I could easily see the Giants win. But I do think the Eagles have a slight edge, especially that their team's a lot healthier now, and a lot of those injured players are starting to come back. So I am going to pick the Eagles to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants come in and steal a game here. But let me know down below if you think the Eagles will win or the Giants. Let's get into the next game. Next, we have the Jaguars taking on the Packers in Green Bay. So in this game, I'm going to pick the Packers to win, because the Jaguars, I do like how they played last week against the Texans, but I just don't think they're going to be able to come in here and beat the Packers in Green Bay. And I just think the Packers are a lot better of a team right now. Devontae Adams, last 3 games, has had very good games. And I don't think that's going to change here, because I just don't like the Jaguars matchup for him. And I think Aaron Rodgers will be able to just throw it up to Devontae Adams all game, get a ton of yards, touchdowns. So I'm going to pick the Packers here. I just don't see the Jaguars winning. But maybe they surprise me and win, but I just don't see it happening. I'm going to pick the Packers to win And let's get into the next game. Next, at 4:05 p.m., we have the Buffalo Bills taking on the Arizona Cardinals in Arizona. Cardinals coming off that loss at home against the Dolphins. Bills coming off that impressive win against the Seahawks at home. So in this one, I'm going to pick the Bills to win, but I could see the Cardinals winning. But I am going to pick the Bills because I do like how they played against the Seahawks. I do get that the Seahawks have a very weak secondary right now, so that's why they were able to be so well. But I do think they'll be able to stop this Cardinals offense, and they'll be able to produce with their offense. So I am going to pick the Bills, but I could easily see the Cardinals come in here and surprise everyone. But I am going to pick the Bills to get the win here and get another win on the season. Cardinals drop another game. Let's get into the next 4 o'clock game. Next at 4:05, we have the Chargers taking on the Dolphins in Miami. So I'm going to pick the Dolphins to win this one because I do like how the Dolphins are playing, especially after being the Cardinals in Arizona. But I also do like how Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers are playing. A heartbreaking loss if you're a Chargers fan against the Raiders. It was ruled a touchdown, but when you see replay evidence, it hits the ground, so it's no touchdown. Raiders win. That was such a close game. So I do think the Dolphins do get this win, but we'll have a battle of two of the top quarterbacks drafted in this draft with Tua and Justin Herbert. So I think this should be a fun game to watch, but I am going to pick the Dolphins to win because I do think they have a lot better of a defense and will be able to slow down Herbert a bit and that offense, and I think Tua's just going to have a great game against this Chargers defense. So I am going to pick the Dolphins to win, and let's get into the next game. Next at 4:05, the Broncos taking on the Raiders in Las Vegas. So I'm going to pick the Raiders to win this one. I just don't like how the Broncos are really playing right now. I do get they almost came back against the Falcons, but I just don't think they beat the Raiders. I like the Raiders a lot this year, so I do think the Raiders get another win on the season at home in Vegas. Broncos drop another game. Let's get into the next 4 o'clock game. Next at 4:25 p.m., we have a really good matchup in the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks in SoFi Stadium. I do like how the Rams are playing. I don't like how the Seahawks are playing after that loss to the Bills, but I do think the Seahawks rebound and get a win here against the Rams in LA because I don't think you could shut down Russell Wilson twice. Russell Wilson's a very good quarterback. I know he might have fell out of the top seed in the MVP race now because of that game he had against Buffalo, but I do still believe in Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. I believe in that offense a lot. So I am going to pick the Seahawks to win this game against the Rams in LA. So let's get into the next 4 o'clock game. Next at 4:25, we have the Bengals taking on the Steelers. I don't think the Steelers lose their first game of the season here to the Bengals, but I wouldn't be surprised because I do like how Joe Burrow's playing. But I think that defense for the Steelers is just a little too good to stop them. So I am going to pick the Steelers to win this game. Let's get into the next one. That game was in Pittsburgh. Next, we have the 49ers traveling to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Saints embarrassed the Buccaneers on Sunday Night Football last week. And I do think the Saints get another win here at home because I just don't like how the 49ers are really playing right now. They're getting a lot of injuries again. So I just don't think they get the win here. And I am going to pick the Saints to win another game on this season. 49ers injury season continues and they lose another game and probably get more players hurt because based on how the season's going, everybody's just getting hurt in San Francisco. So let's get into the next game. Next, for Sunday Night Football, we have the Ravens taking on the Patriots. So I'm going to pick the Ravens to win this one because the Patriots barely beat the Jets, who are 0-9. And going into that game, they were 0-8, and they barely won on a last-second field goal. So I don't think they're going to be able to come in here and beat the Ravens. So I am going to pick the Ravens to win in Foxborough. And I think Lamar Jackson has a great game here because I just don't like how the Patriots defense has been playing really. So I think he has a great game. This is a blowout, I think, by the Ravens. But you never know because Bill Belichick is the coach. Maybe he figures out how to stop Lamar and then Cam starts playing very well. But I just don't see it happening. So I do think the Ravens get a blowout win here on Sunday Night Football. Let's get into Monday Night Football. So on Monday Night Football, we have the Vikings taking on the Bears. In this one, I'm going to pick the Bears because I like how their defense has been playing. I just don't think the Vikings defense can stop the Bears offense because I think Nick Foles is going to have a great game here and just throw it to Allen Robinson because he's a very good receiver. And I do think this Bears offense stops the Vikings defense. Khalil Mack gets pressure on Kirk Cousins, which makes him throw bad passes or take sacks. So I am going to pick the Bears to win this game at home in Chicago. Let me know down below if you disagree with any of my picks. And also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe. It would really mean a lot to me. We're trying to hit 300 subscribers by the end of 2020. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.